Alright, so today I'm going to react to the Herd's AFC and NFC tiers. So they put different teams in different tiers depending on how good they will be this season. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off right away, tier 4, which obviously is the bottom of the barrel tier. This is the lowest of all tiers. Raiders, Patriots, Titans, Colts, Texans. That's funny. Because, again, like I said, I feel like the NFL world is so split on the Tennessee Titans right now, especially after they signed DeAndre Hopkins. There are some people who are like, oh no, this team's going to be a playoff team now. And then there's other guys who are like, listen, this team is nothing. And DeAndre Hopkins went and got paid, and now he's done with his career. It's such a interesting team. And I'll tell you right now, if the Patriots are tier 4 by the end of the season, Bill Belichick is fired. So, I don't know if I put the Patriots always find a way to at least go like 500 or better. So, I feel like they're going to be in tier 3, but maybe that's just recency bias. So, you know what? Maybe, tier 4 might not be bad. Raiders, they don't know about Josh Jacobs. Jimmy G still on the fence right now. If obviously he's healthy, I think. We think. I say that because, he's going to get hurt like week 3, but he at least should start off the season at least. The Colts, yeah, they're going to have to worry about Gardner Minshew or a rookie quarterback, so that's going to be a problem. Same thing with the Texans. So, let's see tier 2. Tier 4, I don't think was really that bad. I think we can get past tier 4. Tier 3, okay. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd put the Broncos at tier 4. I would not put the Broncos at tier 3. The Steelers, the Ravens, okay, and the Browns, all AFC North teams at tier 3. Except for the Bengals, of course. Not really surprised there. In all honesty, like I said before, based on those schedules is why I think the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers can make the playoffs this year. But without those schedules, if they had a tougher schedule, I think it would be GG. But because they have an easy schedule, they can kind of cakewalk themselves into a playoffs. Dolphins being tier 3 does interest me. I feel like Dolphins are tier 2. Especially with the fact that, if Tua can stay healthy, again, if Tua can stay healthy, they have one of the best receiving corps in the NFL and a very great defense. So, I don't know if I agree with tier 3 on Miami Dolphins there. The Jaguars, I think, are tier 2 at this point. I know that might be overhyping them and might be like, oh, well, last season, yeah. I think they're tier 2. I do believe in Trevor Lawrence. They get Calvin Ridley this year. Their defense is going to be just as good as it was last year, and their offense is going to be more productive. I think that's going to be a tier 2 team. Chargers, I'd probably put in a tier 2. They're a playoff team, and if they can finally win a playoff game and not Charger it up, they're not that bad of a team. So I'd probably put the Chargers in tier 2 too. So far, before we look at tier 2 here, I would probably move the Dolphins and the Chargers and the Jags to tier 2. Who else is tier 2? I already have a feeling. Oh, it's the freaking Jets. Really? The New York Jets. Alright, man. Put the New York Jets in tier 3. Stop this. Put the Jets in tier 3. Put the Dolphins and the Chargers and the Jags in tier 2. Buffalo in tier 2, I have no problem with that. I think that they're a great team, but they're clearly below the top 2 AFC teams in the NFL, which, of course, tier 1 is none other than the Bengals and the Chiefs. Which I'd probably put the Chiefs above the Bengals, like in front of I'd put the Bengals in front of the Chiefs. That's personally my personal opinion, but I might be a little biased there. But yeah, I wouldn't put anyone else in tier 1. I think right now the Chiefs and the Bengals own the AFC, so very okay with that. But yeah, I would definitely put the Jags, the Dolphins, and the Chargers 1 tier up. And then I would put the Broncos 1 tier down. I don't think the Broncos should be in the same category as those teams. Because, again, tier 3, all of those teams are going to make the playoffs this year. All those teams except for the Broncos. Except for the Broncos, they should all make the playoffs this year. Is it possible the Browns and Steelers don't make the playoffs? Absolutely. But I think with their schedules, they can at least be a fringe playoff team. I'll say it like this. Tier 3 is a playoff or fringe playoff team. Broncos are not in there. Tier 4, they're not playoff teams. I know I rated the Titans to have a decent season, but that's why I'm still on the fringe about Tier 4 being the Titans. I feel like Titans could be higher than that. They could be a Tier 3. Yeah, you know what? I'd probably put the Titans at Tier 3. Just because of DeAndre Hopkins. I'd probably put the Titans up here. But, again, this squad here is a fringe playoffs or playoff team. This is a divisional team. Like, they're going to win the division. This is a Super Bowl team. So, Jags, put them up here. Dolphins, put them up here. Obviously, the Dolphins, they can't both win. But my point is, they have a good chance to win. And then, yeah, Jags, Chargers, and Dolphins. Put them up here. And then take the Jets. Put them down to Tier 3. Come on now. Alright. Next one we have here. We have the NFC. Let me go ahead and put this back up. NFC, obviously, not as strong as the AFC. So, Tier 4 teams. Cardinals, okay, I like it. Rams, makes sense. Commanders, yep. Panthers, Bears, Packers, and Bucks. I only have a problem with the Packers, but it's a new quarterback with Jordan Love, and I'm not going to argue that they are going to go out there and put up magical numbers with him. We don't know what he is, and other than Jordan Love, I think their team around them could at least get them like a 500 rating. So I'm not too enthused with that, but okay, I understand. I'll say I understand. The Panthers last year, I don't know. No, I'm not, because I'm not really a fan too much of a Bryce Young. The Bears interest me though. They do, because the Bears, if Justin Fields can take another step forward, but Chase Claypool is going to be out, so it's like, okay, no. Wait, but the Bears also got DJ Moore. I might put the Bears at Tier 3. They got DJ Moore, too. So they got DJ Moore, and if Justin Fields can improve in any way, that might be a dangerous team, because you got to keep in mind now, the NFC North is wide open. Alright, Giants, Vikings, Seahawks, Falcons. See, it's funny. The Panthers and the Falcons is why I want to put the Panthers one tier up. That's why. Because if you put the Falcons at Tier 3, I feel like you got to put the Panthers at Tier 3. Because both teams last year were fringe playoff teams that could have won the division. They weren't going to go to the playoffs without winning the division, but they could have won the division. So I feel like both those teams are in the same category. So if you put them in Tier 3, you got to both put them in Tier 3. If you're going to put them in Tier 4, they both got to be in Tier 4. Seahawks, Vikings, Giants. Wow, they really put the Vikings low. But again, I'm not against that really at all. I think other than Jay Jettis, that Viking squad, they don't really have that great of a defense, and their offense now without Dalvin Cook should be interesting to see how that works out. And without Saquon Barkley, or Saquon doesn't care, the Giants are nothing. Honestly, the Giants are Tier 4 if Saquon Barkley sits out. If he holds out, Giants are Tier 4 without a doubt. But overall, I don't not really have too much problems with this. Seahawks, yeah, Geno Smith. We'll see how he blossoms in year 2. Tier 2, Cowboys, Saints, and Lions. In what universe is the Saints a Tier 2 team at this point? What did they do? They got Derek Carr, and they just signed Jimmy Graham. Actually, you know what? I was not wrong. They signed Jimmy G. They signed Jimmy Graham. So they did actually sign him. He's 36, 37 years old. They signed a 37-year-old tight end. They got Derek Carr. Alvin Kamara is going to be suspended for the year. They got Jamal Williams. What did they do that makes them a Tier 2 team? No. Put the Saints way down. I'm putting the Saints at Tier 4. I'm going to go from a tier 2 team here to a tier 4 team. I'm also putting the Lions in tier 3. I'm not going to sit here and believe all the hype. I can't do that with the Lions. I'm going to go tier 3 Lions, tier 4 Saints. Cowboys, I'll leave it tier 2. I don't really love them, but other than choking in the playoffs, they're not that bad of a team. In the regular season, they're actually pretty effective. Although, again, Tony Pollard, we'll see how he plays this year on a franchise tag. But you're going to leave him at tier 2. I might move the Vikings up to tier 2. No, I don't know. The Vikings might be a tier 2 team. Just because, as I said before, that's like you're going to win the division, or you're a chance to win the division. So I think Vikings might be tier 2. But then again, the Saints, you could make the argument then. The Saints have the best chance of winning the division in the NFC South. But no, I'm not. I'm putting the Saints tier 4. I don't care. And then the tier 1 teams is obvious. 49ers and Eagles. And yeah, it's not even close. And it's really just like these two teams dominate the whole entire, league in the NFC wise. Like 49ers and Eagles, they own the NFC. Like, if you want to say this is 49ers Eagles, this is the rest of the NFC. It's not even close. And we thought the Eagles were going to get bad this year, like get bad this offseason with losing pieces and losing players, and they just got better. So, with that being said, the 49ers still got to get the quarterback situation figured out, but no, it's absolutely going to be a great year for both those teams. So, I'm not too upset about this, other than maybe, again, like I said, putting the Saints down in tier 4. I might put the Saints in tier 3 with the Falcons, Panthers, and Panthers. The Bucs are staying in tier 4. But I might put them all in tier 3 because, again, like I said, I don't know who's going to win that division. Someone's going to win that division, but they're either going to win the division or not make the playoffs. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one.